We just need to know that everyone's looking right now. That's the thing I really like about this, that you're just giving somebody another platform and connecting people because everyone is looking. We've got an economy that's on life support. We've got recession. We've got gas prices, food prices. We've got inflation like crazy. Uncertainty. Post-COVID, you had lockdowns. You had people losing their jobs. Industries going away. And now people need to say, well, I have to do something a little different, or I have to find something a little different. Well, when we were young, just coming out of high school, you could have gotten any job anywhere and made a living. You could afford a mortgage, could probably raise 3 kids, plumber, contractor, electrician, landscaper, school teacher, firefighter, cop, anything. You would have probably made ends meet. My dad bought our first brand new house on Williams Avenue in Jersey City in '66 for $28,000. Mm-hmm. So, cars were $4,000, $5,000. So you put everything in perspective. Times have changed. The 40-hour work week, that's a thing of the past. The industrial age is over. Working 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire on 40% less money is a thing of the past. People are making money in so many different ways in technology, leveraging technology. If you haven't leveraged technology, you kind of go, why? Why aren't you using your phone or your tablet or some platform to make money? And why are you not building a network, or why are you not tapping into your network? Network marketing, or this form of marketing, or this form of bringing people together, social marketing, social selling, whatever it is, community, it's all one and the same. It's exposures. Everything is exposures. How many people are listening to your story? How many people are hearing his story, hearing her story? How many people are connected to what you do? And are you aware of what they do? And are you aware that this could be a great fit? I didn't even know that. Just met Donna just the other day. She just joined the network. I had no idea she had a reach, and she blah, 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 blah. And we start to connect these things. But first and foremost, we build rapport with that person. And it's so easy to, because it's not BS, it's not fluff, it's not make-believe. It's like, listen, I really want to hear what you're doing.
It has to be sincere. And I've heard the phrase, if you want to be interesting, you have to be interested. I have to really care about where you've been, and what are your dreams, and what do you think you can do. And some people may be setting themselves up short. And I've had a little bit of a dialogue with Andy, who's involved in the company. And he says, community, I say platform. Remember, less filling, more, what was it? Less filling, great taste, less filling.
Exactly.
Right. So, and I say, you know what? Everyone has a voice now. I mean, Seth Godin, my idol, I read his book, easy book. He goes, speak when it's your turn. Speak when it's your turn, and it's always your turn. So look at the turn we're taking today. You just expressed so much of your art. This is your art form. You're not Picasso. You're not Barishnikov, but this is your art of explaining something that could be of value to others. So claim your voice, and claim your voice in a platform, and then express that art, and then enter a community. But
there's no sense of how am I impacting? Get out of my way. It's, I'm a squirrel trying to get a nut. It's my world. You just live in it. And we can't do that anymore. We have to really be conscious socially and just emotionally. Remember, how many layers are we? How many buckets do we have to fill as a human being, as someone living on this planet, to feel somewhat fulfilled? We can't do 1, 2, or 3. There's so many of them. Socially, we have to feel good. We have to feel good about family. We have to feel good about relationships, with our relationship with an Almighty God, or spiritual relationship. We have to feel strongly about our finances. We have to feel strongly about our own emotions and our physical state. Got to watch what we eat and what we're putting in, what we're digesting, right? They say this is the most important space, 6 inches. This guides everything, right? So if you're not feeding your mind the right stuff, and you're not putting the good nutrition in, and you're not getting out. I did a clip last week just on Facebook Live on the Be the Best You Can Be page, and I was down at the racetrack, just not the racetrack, but not the ponies, but the track, the actual track. And I was running, and I'm like, man, find your sanctuary and get back to just getting outside and doing some simple stuff like putting headphones on, listening to something really cool, and walking around the lake, or walking by the river, or walking through the park, taking your shoes off and walking in the grass, even if it's in a circle. Get grounded, because we've been beaten the shit has been kicked out of us metaphorically, metaphysically, mentally, spiritually, financially. And if we're going to regroup, we got to just kind of say, okay, where do we go from here? And I know you know this, you and I offline, you and I've talked about it, like, wow, look at the damage done to the world in the last couple of years. And I think truly, I'm not being conspiratorial. By design, everybody's in lockstep with this reset thing, and you're hearing stuff that's so frightening, and you're saying, wow, this is an infringement on our just God-giving freedoms and stuff. So we have to be conscious of that, but also we have to take necessary steps to just prevent this from not only happening again, but what am I going to do about my family? What am I going to do about my finances? What am I going to do about me? What am I going to do about my happiness, man? I got to get rid of all the noise, man. I got to plug into the good stuff again. I got to be around good people. So I love PlugIntro with the concept of taking like-minded people from all walks of life and just plugging them in to the platform that's going to be supportive, that's going to be communal, that's going to listen, that's going to actually care about these people, and we want to bring the right people in. We want to bring
John, one thing I love about PlugIntro is that it reflects real life. I just moved to Florida, and how long do you think it takes to meet someone from New York? I mean, anywhere. I go to register girls.
The Northeast?
The girl goes, our metro world, where we're trying to escape from. So the lady's registering them in. Oh, New Rochelle? I know. I'm from Nyack, Rockland. Instant. She didn't know that they changed the Tap NZ to the Cuomo. So I said, now she and I
refuse to call it the Mario Cuomo.
Oh, no, you don't. People,
it's the Tap NZ bridge.
I always say it to my folks. Let's see it the TZ. But
I'm going over the tap, and they know what you mean.
Right. Sure. And that was from the Tapan Indians too. It was named after that local tribe.
Well, that's so funny you say that, brother, because all of North Jersey, especially Northwest, Pequannock, Wanacue, Ramapo, Hoboken, Hohokus, they're all Indian. They're all Indian words. They're all Indian tribes. And so people are from New Jersey don't get the weird names. I'm like, dude, Indian.
Well, look at Long Island, Massapequa. I lived in Narragansett, Amagansett, Yaphank. Wyandanch was Chief Wyandanch. Chief Wyandanch ran that part of Pequannock and that whole part of Brookhaven.
He's like someone you and I would have hung out with. Wine dance for sure. We would have been having a little vino and dancing around the fire, chanting in a high nasal tone. That would have been us. Yes.
That's you. So, but you know what I love about PlugIntro is that, and it's not just about that, is that a guy like you who's a loquacious guy is always going to meet people, but you didn't have broadband. You didn't have a handheld device. So now you were stuck with who can you meet in the village. But now through the power of loose connections, you can meet anyone. I met you through one or two of our mutual friends. Anyone can meet anyone digitally. I have friends that I have never met in person. And it's okay because you share, what you want to share. You don't maybe get into connecting physically, but if they're in California and they have something to say and you have a way to reach back to them, that's good enough. That's really good enough. So now, through the power of loose connections, and I mean, that's what PlugIntro is based on. You never know who you can meet. And I say meet who you should know. Plus, because we're here from a place of contribution, if I can help you locally, the plumber can meet the electrician. Good luck. The dentist meets the chiropractor. You have teeth, you have a back. Good luck. But if you're not giving away digital seeds, if you're not putting yourself in a place where you can help others at no cost, if you have to buy them steak dinners, you're limited. You bought us a dinner in Jersey. You can't do that every day. You can't do it. But you could certainly touch someone digitally and connect someone. I mean, especially in a PlugIntro sense where it's about homes, it's about community. You said everyone's looking for something. Imagine if there's a way to reach the moms at school. The mothers are a mafia. They run everything in the community, everything in the home. They make the decisions. They know what's going on, and the dads walk around largely like zombies in their life. So now with a product of like yours and all the beauty and health and wellness, and you can reach those people who want to be reached. In every community, there's local, where you live in North Jersey or Westchester moms. These things exist. So why not just synthesize them? And that's what I know you can do.
It's so, talking to you about this a while back and trying to connect and finally connecting. And there's always going to be synergy when the law of vibration puts you together with someone who it's easy. There's like there's a lot of commonality. So we talk about things offline, and then you say to yourself, how many people would resonate with what we have to say, what we have to offer, or what we're trying to do. And you realize it's millions. You have to be able to scale it up. Like you said before, you're not going to be able to do that on a one-off or 2-on-1 at a dinner or a lunch, because you don't have the resources and you just don't have the bandwidth to do it, because I don't want to. I tell my team as I'm building and I'm on with a Zoom with someone, I said, you got to bring these people onto the platform, because I can't do one-offs anymore. There's too many people in my network. There's like 33,000 in just my downline. I'd never be able to make an impact. I want to be able to just really help as many people as possible, communicate with as many people as possible, but do it on a platform where it feels right, that there's really nothing that they have to commit to. It's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. It's something where they can feel super comfortable inviting other people. And slowly but surely, you start to spread that network. It's the two teaching two. It's geometric progression, but it's a beautiful thing, because you can't believe if you put your head down today and say, all right, I'm just going to invite a couple handful, and then those handful are going to invite a handful. And it's like, what? Like, I teach geometric progression in business with a binary and the compensation plan, two teaching two. So I would say, hey, Scott, just give me 2 people and don't do anything. And I'll help those 2 people in August get 2 people. And let's get those 4 people in September to get 2 people. In October, we'll get those 8 people to get 2 people. Geometric regression by next July is 8,190 people, 4,095 people on each side of your business, like literally 8,000 plus in your business. And it's responsible for hundreds of thousands of points of volume. It puts you in a very unique spot. Mm-hmm. I was listening to Brian Crothers do the same exact thing. And he said, well, what if you just added 1 person? What if you said, instead of just bringing me 2, you brought me 3? Geometric progression, 12 levels down, 12 months down, 12, just 12. The same exact model, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 over 12 months. Just do 3 times 3 times 3. Instead of having 8,190, you have 533,000.
Wow.
It's crazy. Do the numbers when we get off this, but you'll be blown away. You went from 8,000 to over half a million by adding 1.
What's the famous? Would you like $1 million right now or a penny a day double? You know that.
A compounded penny, I'll give you. In fact, I'll give you $3 million right now, or a penny that's compounded, and it's $10 million in 31 days. The magic of the first week, you're left with like $1 and change, and you're like, what did I just do? And the following week, you're left with like, okay, 5,000. What did I just do? And then it goes crazy. And then you're at $250,000, and you're at $500,000 and $1 million and 5 million, 10 million. And you're like, oh my Lord, this is crazy. 31 days of compounded penny. It's just nuts.
Really, John, it's not about just money. Let's be real. We're living in capital.
No.
Imagine on the good side, how many people you can really change their lives. People need exposure. The number one problem I started in this platform with the real estate world, and I had 2 problems. 1, I did not have enough people to speak to. And 2, I did not have enough value. Believe it or not, I knew I didn't have value, because the only value anyone can give, a surgeon, a trainer, a painter, is when you're doing the job. The minute it's done, you have no value. So
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a really great perspective, because you're only valuable when you're doing the do.
When you're at a cocktail party, nobody needs an aortic valve. You're of no value. But if you are an aortic surgeon and someone goes, man, I can't stand my house painter. Oh, I got a guy. Now you're valuable. But it could be a small value, or it could be, I have a financial planner or it could be, I got a guy who knows the kid at this high school. I'll get your kid in. That's not a small value. That's a big value. So you're only valuable if you're stroking the pain or doing the surgery or whatever you do. That's the first point, to really help people and be of value. The second point that really I say is, imagine if I had to tell you, John, there's this thing, it's 6, 8 inches, whatever it is. Get one of these. And then there's a website called Facebook. Join that. So neither of you have to do. Everyone's walking around with this power right now. So there's no obstacle. You have the phone, you have the membership on the website. Yes, you love sunsets and puppies, and I do too. But there's a way to really give people more than your scenery or you're experiencing. You with the food. I'm eating this great pasta fazool. Fantastic. Gets my mouth watering, but you're not helping when you're showing something, you're sharing.
I'm just making people hungry. That's all I'm doing. I'm making people jealous and hungry, and I know what I'm doing. It's all by design. If I show you a picture of food and they're like, oh my God, what are you eating now? Where are you eating now? I mean, who doesn't love the art form of dining, the art form that is the process of, I love the process of shopping. Looking, eye candy. A friend of mine, I'll share this with you real quick because you'll love this because you're Italian, you get it. He said, how do you start to eat? I said, what do you mean? The process of eating. How do you start? What sense do you use? I said, your nose? He goes, no, your ears. You hear someone inside opening the refrigerator, chopping, opening cans. You hear the sound of oil frying in garlic and garlic frying in oil. And I said, that's interesting. He goes, yeah. He goes, then you smell what comes wafting out of the kitchen. Then you walk in and you actually see what's going on. Then you eventually touch and taste. Taste is the last one, but it starts with your eyes. So that it starts with your ears, but with the paint, with obviously you skip the ear part with the picture and you look, and anyone that looks at a great plate, immediately it's like that Pavlovian response of like, oh my God, my mouth started to water. I'm kind of hungry. And this jerk over here posted a picture of like shrimp over pasta.
It makes a ham sandwich. It makes you even more attractive. I don't mean great looking. I mean that I want to see what John, he's got a plate. I want to see because he has discerning tastes. He knows the place in North Jersey to go. You told me a place to go, but it also could be sound because I've seen Bocelli in the background of a restaurant menu, and you think, wow, I associate it. It's authentic. It's how I identify myself. I'm the guy who knows the place in town. You want a pizza? You want to go to a hotel in Maui? No, okay. Let me ask you a quick question.
I just did it today. Honestly, in the sauna, I just told you, I just got to work out in the sauna. A new guy moved into the building. I gave him 5 restaurants.
Of course.
Pulled his phone out. Aum, La Sorrentina, GP's, De Palmas, Lotus. I said, there you go, right now. Go down.
Let me ask you, I did it to you. Were you impressed with my knowledge of Maui and what to do and where to go?
Amazing. I navigated, you gave me some tips, and you just gave me a really good visual of where I was going to be and what's just there. That strip is outrageous.
It's outrageous.
Leaving my hotel, banging a right and just going on. Everything is there. I went to Merriman's and we had the Mai Tai there. It was the best drink I've had in my life.
And if you know the history of that place as a rootin' tootin' tough whaling village, fishing, the history of the Queen, I forgot her name, the Queen of Hawaii fighting back American Navy. They had no chance against their warriors. So it's not just beaches. It's beaches in Jersey. They're beautiful. But you go there, it's a life experience. So I spent that time and money years and years ago, but look at that seed that germinated. Sharing was, I could have kept quiet. I could have saw you at the Hyatt Regency and not said a word, but I want to help someone and also show an authority about something that is, I think, incredible experience. That's what happened.
I think we play off each other really well. I mean, most people that have this type of commonality or just general friendship, knowledge you want to share, you kind of dig the whole thing that, it's tough for me to verbalize it, but it's when you know.
But John, that's true everywhere. That's true in Portland, Oregon.
You don't have to verbalize. You don't have to say, put it in words and say, well, this is what happens. It just happens. It's like that. Like I go back to law of vibration, law of attraction. It's just when that level is the same level, there's no resistance whatsoever. Everything just kind of flows. And you'd sit down with someone and just go, wow, dude, did we just have a 4-hour conversation?
Absolutely.
And have a half a dozen drinks and just talk about almost everything,
It's not just about you and me. Whatever happens here, and I say PlugIntro reflects life because people everywhere, every inch of this country, every inch of the world have people that there's an affinity, they want to help, and they mutually gain. That's my point. And I realize that real estate agents are or want to be the local hub. They talk about the local mayor. I say, instead of having a sphere of influence, how about influence your sphere? How about bestow upon them benefits, have them grow their business? How about provide introductions? How about be unique as the person that does that? And especially with your products. And I really want to hear, how you think, what the New You Life users now do and how they could utilize the platform to offer real benefit to others without necessarily vomiting their offering to others. I mean, that's powerful.
Yeah, it's another way of just saying, how am I going to break down the wall? How do I go to the warm fuzzy? Okay, the warm fuzzy is what I consider in sales or in just relationships. It's the greatest. If you want to swim in a body of water, that's the body of water you want to swim in. If it were a body of water, you don't want to be in the warm water. You don't want to be in the cold water. You want to be in the warm fuzzy. You want to be in that friend of a friend market, because there's so much. It's a very safe space. Someone who introduces someone to someone, it just feels right. It's beautiful. It's not a cold call, and it's not someone you know really well because they're done hearing your nonsense. It's someone who's willing to say, hey, I really like Scott. I really like John. And okay, let me listen to these guys. This feels good. I like to hang out with these guys. So it's an opportunity for someone to have like a bigger voice on a platform that just brings people together and shares information and shares heart and shares soul and shares stories. And hey, I got a guy. Because from Jersey, I know it sounds cliche because people say, oh, God, but that's how I was raised. I got a guy. What do you got? I got a guy for that. What do you got? You got a landscape? I got a guy. You got a screen door guy? I got a guy like that. What do you need? Tires? I got a guy. Now, some of it wasn't really legit because the tires fell off a truck. But you know what I mean? I'm joking. But I'm not joking. But, everybody had someone in the neighborhood. But you didn't do it on a platform like this. You did it through word of mouth. You had to be at the right place at the right time to hear about this person. But if you bring a bunch of people from a community, and especially wellness, like I love wellness. I just do. I've always been in love with fitness, wellness, and the beauty industry. It just makes people want to feel good. People thrive to be well. The medical industry is not the wellness industry. It's the sickness industry. It's caring for disease, and it's you're dealing with sickness. You're not dealing with well people. Nobody well goes to a doctor. Okay, for the most part. Some people go for checkups, and they're really adamant about. Every 6 months I do this. I check my blood work. God bless them. That's amazing. I usually avoid the doctor, and I'm a 58-year-old guy, and I avoid the doctor. But on the other side, I'm trying to put the probiotics in my system. I do my Fortress. I have my brain health product. I take my MLT for my metabolic, lipotropic, thermogenic. I just took that before with my workout. I'm a junkie for the gel. I love my hormone balancing. And I also take my blue-green algae. I also take other products for just balance and wellness, for cellular metabolism. So I've been doing this my whole life, and I know it works because I know how I feel. And when I go to the doctor, and I remember one time going to the doctor for my sinuses, I had a little bit of this going on. They call it the mask. You have these sinuses and these sinuses. And I remember feeling a little bit of this. And I went to a ENT, who, by the way, was my friend Sal's brother, Nikki's brother-in-law. So again, that's just one of those things where, hey, do you know an ENT? Yeah, I got one for you. Right? Friend of a friend. Hey, my buddy's brother's brother-in-law. Oh, great. This is like family. So I go to see them up in Wayne. Great guy, super personal, knew who I was through the family, took care of me. But the physician's assistant, she couldn't comprehend that I wasn't on medication. She just couldn't comprehend it. She could not wrap her mind around, you're not on any drugs? No. She said to me, hand to God, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I would think I would know whether or not I was going to the pharmacy and taking a pill every day. Yeah, I think I would know that because it's me. Exactly. So the wellness thing, I just think it's just a beautiful fit for all walks of life. And I don't care if you're a doctor, you're a tennis pro, you're a cop, you're a retired school teacher, you're a landscaper, you're a lawyer, you're a title insurance person, real estate developer, anyone in the real estate broker, mortgage person. Your health, your wellness, your sense of your self-awareness, your sense of well-being, your sleep, your energy, your libido, your recovery, your flexibility, your muscle, just your circulatory system, everything. If you're not taking care of you, you're not going to function optimally, and you're not going to do your job as well as you can. If you feel great and look great, you function great, you will be able to share more. You'll be able to live to your fullest. Not a cliche. It's reality. If you don't feel good, or if you're not sleeping well, you don't wake up on the right side of the bed. It shows in your face. You drag butt all day long. You don't feel good. You can't wait to go back to sleep that night so you can catch up. So if you're functioning better and you're feeling better, and we have a lot to share. So I want to bring this to this platform, but I also want to bring everybody in and give them a voice so that they can share their story, what they do, and see how well this is going to be a fit for them and their little network that can turn into a very large network. I mean, ultimately, we can build this to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I can't get too far ahead and be like, oh my God, I'm worrying about what my mom's doing. I do worry about what my mom's doing. She's 80 years old. God bless her. She's vital. She's got some vitality. She still has a lot of energy. She eats well. She's still up and down those stairs all day long. She still puts her high heels on, walks around and pumps. She puts her makeup on, goes shopping. She goes to the pedi. She gets the mani, the pedi. She dresses to the nines. She is amazing. We lost Dad last year. It's cancer. They've been together their whole lives. I didn't know how this would play out. I prayed to God that she would rebound, that she would stay energized. And she mourned for 6 months and then started to get back to a routine where she was around the kids all the time, around my cousins. They have little children, next door neighbors. So she's constantly playing with the children. That brought her back to life. And then we're just dripping love on her. So we all go through this, folks. We all have this story. There's so much commonality and so many things that resonate with each and every one of us. It's better that we bring it together. It's better that we have a community we can lean on. And it's better that we all have a voice so that we could just be able to just share some and listen to what's out there and listen to what kind of challenges some people have. And maybe, just maybe, we have a solution for them. Hey, maybe this might work for you. Hey, maybe I got the perfect person I want to connect you with. Let's bring them in the group. Let's connect you too. What does that cost? That's invaluable, right? So you're a little better now.
That is. And okay, so you're talking about a deep love for a parent or relationship. But there are people out there who either can benefit, who really strive to make an impact on others. So, I mean, think about it. What a waste it is to be on these digital platforms like Facebook or Instagram and to only broadcast, which is basically what everyone does. Think about what it is. Fortunately, we have such a way to impact others and then create an urgency, create even a reasonable expectancy of reciprocation. Look at everyone just going on Facebook, showing their new car and sharing their experiences, even if it's positive for others, but you're not, you're not building anything. And I ask mortgage guys, when you're chasing real estate agents, I say, what do you provide them? I mean, imagine I could come up with a question in 4 words that no one can answer. They answer what I mentioned to you about the surgeon. Good service. And I said, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you do. But right now, that deal closed. What are you providing the agents? It's just 4 words. What do you provide them? And when agents are looking for their sphere to get them referrals, I say, what do you provide them? And now we have a way that you can, and you brought up a good point, speak to people how they want to be spoken to, give them a sense of community, give them a chance, a voice, because everyone's doing the same thing. We're all raising our hands to be heard when really you can invite people so they can be heard, and then you're each of you heard. Makes sense.
It's coming out. Listen, there's that even playing field where someone's not the alpha female or the alpha male. It's everybody's in the mix. And they bring what they bring to the table, and they can have a voice. But I like it more than anything. I mean, you have to understand where I'm coming from with you. as a friend, I trust you. I know you're incredibly awesome at what you do. Awesome family guy. I see the way you take care of your daughters and the way you express what you do for a living, how you care and you drip on people, how you love on people. So you brought this to me, and I'm sorting it out in my brain, thinking, okay, what does this mean to me, right? Because it always, what's in it for me? Everyone's like, well, why do you want me here? What am I going to do with this? I didn't really quite understand exactly putting all the pieces together. And now it's, as I talk through it more and more and think through it more and more, this only makes sense, because this is the digital platform of the, Rotary Club. This is the business to business. This is the communal thing that we're lacking right now on that social media platform, that it's more of a listening platform. It's more of a think tank. It's more of a place where you get to build your community with the people you truly like and truly love and the people you want to be around. And it's not just a hodgepodge of, hey, everybody's on that, chiming away on what they do. Everybody's selling. All the travel I did with my last company was all of the posts I did. And it wasn't even like a subconscious thing, but it was. I was clearly posting Africa, Indonesia, Fiji, Nicaragua, this trip to Mexico, Albania, the rainforest, all of it. And people were like, what do you do? What is this you're doing? And I'm like, well, I'm with a company that provides third-party energy, but we do this 7-continent, 7-year sustainability initiative where we're doing these projects and making an impact on the world. We're planting, we're doing solar project, remote energy project, clean water projects. So they're like, wow, like on the company dime, no less, getting to see the world, giving back, not sitting on a beach with a Mai Tai, but I'm actually with villagers installing these pipes to bring fresh water to their village, or installing solar so they can have refrigeration so that their fish that they fish that day, they could freeze them or refrigerate their fish so they could bring it to market. Like, we were doing some amazing things, but I did put it out there on those platforms subliminally as like, look at this, baby. Look at what I'm doing. And I didn't do it in a mean way. I did it like, hey, I'm very proud of the work we're doing. And I want to stand on a soapbox and scream it to the world. Well, this is that platform right now, I truly believe, to share it, not in an ostentatious way or an overbearing way or a way where you just feel like you're out there just screaming in someone's ear. No, you're just dripping on people. Hey, what do you do? What are you doing? What are we doing? What do you got for me? Who do you know that does this? Who do you know that does? Because I know in the real estate world, it was all about property management guys. It was about developers, bankers, brokers, agents, mortgage people, title insurance. You guys were all in the same world. Everybody was just, I got a guy. So this is way broader than that. This is so much broader, to take all of these worlds and add value and bring these people together. And I'm ready to get going, brother. I'm ready. I see the value in it.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to giving the new lifers or even other members in their communities a chance. You're altruistic. I tell even my daughters, when you're altruistic, you have access. If you give, you can always be in touch with someone. If you're asking and bothering someone, you have to stay away from them. Think about it. If you owe them something, you're staying away. If you are throwing things their way, if you're overloading, I always say, go first. Go first. Make the first introduction so they see you. They're drawn to you. Why be asking, begging, chasing, getting rejected? Why wouldn't you just? And we've never had it easier. We have never had it in our world easier. I'll give you a great example in the real estate world. I tell agents this all the time. All the refinances that were done involved a bank, an insurance company, a title company. So who did they leave out? The realtor. They had years of refis with real homeowners, legitimate people, nice people, and the realtor, they didn't even tell about the deal. So I said, you guys, the realtors gave them business for years. They do secret deals, don't even tell you. It could be a deal they referred you. They're making another set of commissions, making a positive impact on those people's lives, going from 6 to 3, and they don't tell you. So why can't those people just say, hey, listen, Mr. Smith, check out my realtor, they're friends, no pressure. PlugIntro is about no pressure. It's just an invitation. If you may want to come now, I was relating that before you couldn't have reached me. Now you can.
This is it. This is I don't know, the evolution of PlugIntro right now is, even though this is just beginning, certain things, I guess it's just being a musician and being a little more creative in my brain when it comes to, I like to think of myself as seeing something before it happens. I did it with 3 startups. I did it with Shop to Earth. I did it with Viridian. I did it with New Life. I heard about something, got excited about it, and said, man, this could be this. And all 3 companies, the first company, we blew up, but unfortunately things went south. But we had a great run with Viridian, 9 years, and we're 4.5 years in with this venture. 8 countries, soon to be 10, ultimately 28, 7 million units sold, massive growth. But the overall potential of what's to come, that excites me. PlugIntro, what's to come? What's this platform? How is it going to benefit people? How quick can it grow? How many influencers can we bring in? Because remember, these influencers too that are out there, you have people that haven't even learned to monetize their influence. They haven't even actually been able to just say, can I make a bit, or can I profit from this? Nothing is wrong with making money, helping people. There is no catch-22. When you pay it forward and you turn somebody onto something and they have a health benefit or they feel good and you say, awesome, would you like to share it with somebody else? I know you know at least a dozen people in your world who might be suffering from lack of sleep or too much stress or not feeling good or need more energy, who want to recover better, want more flexibility, more just a sense of well-being. What's the problem with that? And then what's the problem with monetizing that? If someone else is just going to go to someone's website like Amazon or go to some fitness website and order a product, why wouldn't they do it through you? They have me. They have you. They have some camaraderie. They have a story. They have testimonials. They have, hey, instructions. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to guide you through the process. And ultimately, we start dripping on people, the right people, the influencers, the people with a mouthpiece, the people with a network, because all it is network. A network. I love when people say, well, I have a network. Well, your net worth is based on the size of your network. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Who do you know? So I'm not pushing anybody. We're not dragging people through the mud. Remember this too, you know this too, better than anybody. You don't want to beg people. You don't want to drag people. It's the worst thing in the world, is grabbing somebody by their collar and pulling them into something that if there's resistance, forget about it. This should be, come on in.
Right.
The water's warm. You got your bathing suit on? Come on in. The water's warm. We're having a party. You're going to love these people. You're going to bring what you bring to the table, and then you're going to bring your people in, and we're going to help connect the dots. We're going to drip love on people. We're going to share openly and honestly. No one's going to hard sell anybody. We're just going to connect people, and let's see what happens.